Hey, how's everyone doing today? So, we got another tier list. This one is the A Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Off the top of my head, well, let me just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's nine. Nine A Nightmare on Elm Street films. These are, I'd say, so these films came out in the 80s. And into the late 90s, and then you had Freddy vs. Jason and I believe '03, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake in 2010, I believe. But they mainly came out in the 80s, and A Nightmare on Elm Street was very prominent not only because of Freddy Krueger, but it was during a time where the movie had started to make like merchandise for Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. You know, people were getting, uh, like shoes. Nike, I believe Jordan made a pair of like A Nightmare on Elm Street like Dunks or something like that, which are very sought after shoes now, and just all different kinds of merchandise. And so I figured let's go ahead and rank these movies, and I'll give my thoughts on it because I enjoy these movies. So we'll just start with the original, and I guess we'll just work our way down the list instead of going in order, just kind of mix it up here and there. But yeah, let's get to it. On Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. S tier. It's the original. It's the creme de la creme when it comes to these movies. I feel like most original, like the first movie in like a trilogy or a saga, is always the best because it's where you started from as far as roots and whatnot. There's only a few that are kind of like that. People may say like Back to the Future and the Godfather trilogy, but yeah, S tier for sure. Dream Warriors, which is the third one. This is another S tier for me. So the second one did things very differently, and I think people were kind of like, this doesn't feel like the original. And so in the third one they brought Nancy back, and she's working with kids, and they all have powers in their dreams, and then brings in Kristen. She's able to pull people into her dreams if she's in trouble, or I should say nightmares, dreams, whatever. And I like that they brought Heather Langenkamp back as Nancy, and she sort of had that dynamic where she's older now and she knows what these kids are going through, so she can help them. And yeah, I just thought it was a solid movie. Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. Oof. I'm gonna put this in. Oh man, I gotta see here. Yeah, we're gonna put it in F. This movie is very entertaining, and it's also very stupid at the same time. It's one of those movies where the plot doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but they're just having fun with the movie. Freddy is up to some crazy gags and stuff like that, and it gets to the point where he becomes a cartoon, literally, at some points. And yeah, it's just very cartoonish, feels very old school Looney Tune cartoonish, and I mean, it's got a charm to it, but it's not a good movie. Freddy vs. Jason. So this has a special place for me. It came out in '03. This is so I would have been 8 years old when this movie came out. I saw it on DVD, so it was probably 2004, maybe like 9, 8, between 8 and 9 years old is when I saw this. And so it's got a bit of a nostalgia for me. It's gonna go in. I'll stick it in C for now. It might move up to B. It's leaning towards B, but I think it's a solid C tier movie. I like that, it's Freddy versus Jason. It's great. I really wish, and I'm not trying to talk bad about the actor who played Jason, but it would have been nice to see Kane Hodder as Jason in this film. I think Derek Mears might be the guy who played Jason in this. I don't know if he was a wrestler, but he was a big dude. I think he was like at least 6'6", maybe 6'8". So he's very, very big for a Jason. Kane Hodder is like, I think 6'2", maybe, and he's also a decently big guy, but he's not overly big like this Jason. But yeah, and Robert Englund is Freddy, always a good time. Nightmare on Elm Street 4. What is this? Hold on, it's really hard to see this. The Dream Master. Okay, yeah, the Dream Master. I think it's the Dream Master. Hold on. Nightmare on Elm Street 5. I don't know. Either way, okay. So let me move this back. Number 4, I'd say is like D tier. I don't remember much. I think it's the one where you get some kind of weird backstory with Freddy Krueger and whatnot. I mean, number 3 sort of had that going on too, but number 4, so like number 1 was good, number 2 was iffy, number 3 was good, number 4 was, again, back to like number 2. It was alright, but not the greatest. New Nightmare. Ooh. We're going to put it at A. New Nightmare is great. Very, this is like Wes Craven pre-Scream. This came out in 94. Scream came out in 96. Or this came out in 93, 94, around that time. Either way, before Scream, this was basically Wes Craven going meta and seeing that it succeeded very well until he knew what he was doing and put it into Scream. But New Nightmare is great. It's, like I said, very meta, very on the nose about stuff. The plot is original and interesting, and I like that you have cameos of like real producers and stuff like that who have worked on these movies in the past and get to kind of show them a little bit. And yeah, it was good. Freddy's Revenge. This is the second one. Second one I'm gonna put in a B tier. I didn't mind it. It's one of those films where it's the first time where it was essentially a male scream queen instead of a female, which was, I'd say, for the time, probably decently progressive for what they were portraying. And I like that, Jesse has a bond with Grady, stuff like that. I thought that dynamic was really well done. How, Jesse's kind of the sort of outcast, and then Grady's, the popular guy, and they become good friends, and I like that. A Nightmare on Elm Street remake. We're gonna put it at D tier. Not as bad as Freddy's Dead. I would say Freddy's Dead is a lot more entertaining, but this one, they at least try to have a plot and stuff like that, and I, give him credit for it. The guy who played Freddy Krueger, I thought he, as far as acting, did a great job, but they really missed the mark when it came to Freddy. This is like a very serious Freddy Krueger in this film. He's very dark and sinister, and it doesn't feel right after seeing Robert Englund do all these other films, and then this one comes out, and it just, they missed their mark. And it was also during the time where a lot of remakes were coming out, and they're like, well, might as well make a Nightmare on Elm Street remake to add to the stack. And yeah. A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. I don't know if there's a more to the title. I can't read it. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me just do this. The Dream Child. Okay, so I believe it was the Dream Child and then the Dream Master. The Dream Child, like I said, predecessor to the Dream Master. Again, it actually fits perfect here at D. It was, it's whatever, I guess. You know. Oh no, 4 is the Dream Master, 5 is the Dream Child. My bad. Either way, they were sort of big gaps in the series. These, 4 and 5 were just a huge gap where it's like, if you want to watch all of them in order, you can probably skip 4 and 5 and you're not really missing too much to it. And yeah, that's all I can really say about it. So comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of my list. Tell me if you would change anything. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing that. It's free and it helps out the channel a lot because I enjoy making these tier lists. They're a lot of fun and there will be more to come in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video.